Yo, if you're watching this, it is Beyblade Day, aka 321 Day. But I am back with my yearly upload. Just kidding, I probably will come back. I heard Beyblade X is finally taking off. So let's take a look at this box, shall we? Now, you might be wondering, what is this? Well, if I can get in the shot, Hasbro was gracious enough to send me a box for free. So shout out to you, Hasbro, thank you so much. And I kind of saw it as a sign. So what better time than to come back to Beyblade now, since Beyblade X seems to be really popular. Now, believe it or not, I actually have been buying releases behind the scenes, and I'm still active in the sense that I still like Beyblade. I just haven't had a chance to upload videos, but I'm getting a good feeling about X, and X is growing on me. So yeah, we have this box, and we're gonna open it up right now. In fact, Hasbro overnight shipped this. Just kind of nuts. Did not expect that. Oh gosh, if you can even see, like, this thing's beautiful. There's nothing else on this side, but you can see it's really nice. So we have a letter. It says 321 Happy Beyblade Day, guys. We are excited to celebrate Beyblade Day with you on March 21st, also known as 321 Day, and challenge you to prove it in battle with the next generation of Beyblade X from Hasbro. Beyblade X brings the thrill and excitement of competition through a fast-paced, spinning top battle game full of intense speed and epic collisions. So, if you don't know, this new generation of Beyblade X involves these two new releases that you see on the box here. So Beyblade X is doing fantastic, and it looks like Hasbro finally got around to releasing the second season of it. Epic battles demand epic battle tops, right? From the Beyblade X Hammer Incendio 370H UX starter pack set to the Beyblade X Cobalt Dragoon 260 Deluxe Left Spin String Launcher set, we encourage you to put your Beyblade skills to the test and challenge your friends and family to become the ultimate Baymaster. And that just might be your boy, but we don't know yet. But that was very kind of Hasbro to provide. Enough of the talking. My goodness. We have a really good selection here. I'll start off with the simple part. We have Hammer Incendio, which is a starter pack. It's part of the UX line, as you can see. Beautiful. We also have Wand Wizard. This is 160R. This is a really nice recolor. Just take a look at that box. So beautiful packaging. Again, I'm a big fan of the display window here. And it looks like we've got a few others. Ooh, check this out. We have Buster Dran 570 DB. Now this is a nuts recolor. Look at those colors right there, y'all. And we also have, oh wow, I did not expect this. We have a Cobalt Dragoon 260C. Now this is nuts. You get a whole freaking string launcher. And it's left spin. So this is the first left spin release in Beyblade X. I am really excited because this is now released by Hasbro. And then the last bit I have is the Clash and Carry Base Stadium. Now this is actually a lot smaller than I anticipated. I can hold this between my arms here. And it has a whole accelerator rail, but it's portable. So you can take this on the go, you can battle your friends. This is so neat. I'm definitely gonna be using this in this video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open our selection of products. All right, I'm back with the close-up, and I figured we'd start with what I first saw in the box, Hammer Incendio 370H. Really cool Beyblade. This thing is a balance type. It's gonna have a mix of everything. So pretty nice bay, if I do say so myself. I think my favorite part from this is definitely the bit. But let's go ahead and crack it open, or at least we'll give this a shot. So sometimes I have good luck with the let it rip part, other times not so much. But let's give that a try. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. And we got most of it out, so that's good news. And now we can crack this open. Hopefully, okay, that came out just fine. And now we have the rest of it. So this comes with a launcher as well. Now these things are a little small, but they will get the job done. So not bad for including that. It's got a nice red and black color scheme. We also have instructions. If you aren't familiar with Beyblade X, they are pretty easy to assemble, but if you do need any help with that, you can definitely pull this up. So that's neat. I'll have to store this away somewhere for safekeeping for sure. But now we're going to crack open the box, or the packaging here. And oh, that came out pretty clean. All right, so let's crack open this bag with my handy dandy Japanese box cutter knife. Boom. And if we take a look, we've got all the parts here. Really nice color scheme. We'll start with the bit. This is H or Hexa. Pretty nice bit. It's actually not aggressive. In fact, it stays in the stadium in the center, and you can launch this thing as hard as you want without any kind of fear of it self-KOing. This might be one of the best bits in the game because of that. You just can launch it super hard. You can use it for just about anything. And it's got that nice hexagon shape, which will prevent it from going too crazy around the stadium. So with that, if you see the center of the bit here, it's got a pretty thick shaft, which means it's going to have good burst resistance. So overall, really solid bit, and I'm really glad that it's pretty accessible now that Hasbro released it. All right, the next part is the ratchet, which is $370. Now, my understanding is that three-sided ratchets are decent. I think this would be useful in any blade that is three-sided. It's got a nice orange and red color scheme. As far as the height, it's 70. I don't know too much about ratchets, to be honest, so if y'all want to educate me, let me know if this is good. But I have the impression that it is a solid bit, or excuse me, solid ratchet. Lastly, we have the blade, which is Hammer Incendio. Now, this is nice, and it's a different design given that the sticker's actually exposed now. So this takes me back to the Metal Fight days when the motif was right there, but it's already pre-installed for you, so you don't need to worry about putting it on. It's got a nice glossy clear finish on it, so I believe it'll last you a long time. It won't wear out like the old stickers used to back in the Metal Fight era. Now there's also the underside, the QR code if you'd like, and just a really nicely shaped blade. So put that together and boom. So this thing has pretty good resistance. Again, it's going to stay, or at least it's going to try to stay in the center of the stadium. In fact, the gimmick is if it reaches the ridge, it'll come back down due to the bit. So really, really cool design. All right, we're going to move on to the next release, which is Wand Wizard. So this is a hell of a starter, if I do say so myself. And I say this because you have a really nice selection of parts that are widely used right now as far as competitiveness. I know this much, so let's crack this open. And I believe this is a starter as well, which means, again, you're going to get one of those proto launchers, which you could argue may be useful, but at least it will get the job done. They'll launch a Beyblade. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, but let's get the actual blade out. And now that we have that out, we'll go ahead and take the ratchet and bit. All right, now this is a heck of a combo right out of the box. Now, why, you might ask? Well, first things first, we have the ratchet, which is Rush. Now, this is a bit that is an attack bit, but it's got those little gears, which means it's going to make its way around the stadium quite a few times, and it's got a thick shaft. So this will not burst, at least not too easily, and it'll make sure it makes multiple rounds around the stadium and do some damage. So this is a widely sought after part, and Hasbro released this relatively easily, so this is great. Everyone should definitely stock up on this part, given that it's so useful for attack. We also have the ratchet, which is 160. Now this you'll probably want to use on any kind of blade that's one-sided or just oddly shaped, but this is actually in a really nice kind of lime green color scheme. And then I think the best part about this is the Wand Wizard blade. Now, if you haven't heard, this thing is a freaking beast. Now, why? You have that beautiful circular shape that's going to absorb hits and have a really nice weight distribution. And overall, just an extremely solid blade. I think this might be one of the best blades in the game as of right now. And again, an easy way to get it, and in a nice green color scheme. So if this is your favorite color, just totally go for it. And then we have the QR code right there. But yes, this is clean. Boom. And overall, just a good combo right out of the box. This can definitely get you some places. So overall, I'm very impressed that they made it relatively easy to get as far as it just being a starter. Now, I wanted to save this for second to last, and it is the Buster Dran 570 DB. Now, I remember when this got teased, or at least revealed on Reddit, on the Beyblade subreddit, everyone was freaking out because, my goodness, look at that color scheme. This is a first. In fact, if you haven't seen this color scheme before with any Buster Dran, this is a first, so this is kind of nice. I'm not going to lie. And it comes with a pretty good selection of parts as well. So let's go ahead and open this one. Disc and ratchet, and then the blade. All right. I always find a lot of joy in opening Beyblades. It feels like it's the holidays all over again, or if it's my birthday, which my birthday is next month. I'm so excited. I'm going to be turning 26. Can you believe it all, y'all? I've been making videos for probably 10 years now. It's kind of nuts. Anyway, we've got this Beyblade here. Yes, this thing is amazing. And just look at that color scheme. This is so nuts. This reminds me of one of those like tropical fruit roll-ups. It's got the same color scheme and vibe. So check it out. We have Disc Ball, which is a really solid bit. It's got a nice wide ring on it. I heard it's got pretty good stamina. It's got this just bulkiness to it that is going to definitely add some weight and make any Beyblade a tank. Now for the ratchet, we have 570. And this is in a pretty cool black and yellow color scheme. Again, I don't have too much knowledge on ratchets, so if anyone wants to educate me if a 5-sided ratchet is any good, but it does look really clean. I will admit that. And then the star of the show here is the Buster Dran. Now look at that. This is a mix of blue and yellow. Completely nuts, y'all. So this thing is gonna pack a punch. Again, it is the Buster Dran. It's got this big, heavy contact point. It's got an oblong kind of shape. So it's one of those things where you're gonna wanna launch this hard so that it can do some damage really quick. Because stamina-wise, it might not have a lot. Granted, it is on a nice setup where this thing will last you a decent amount. Again, right out of the box, just a really solid combo that can definitely do pretty well as far as matchups. All right, so the next part that we have is the Deluxe Left Spin starter set. Now, this is Dragoon, the first left spin Beyblade. Check it out in the beautiful display window. Now, this one doesn't have a let it rip on it, unfortunately, but that's all right. We still have our box cutter knife, and there's so much tape on this. All right, now we can finally get this out, and boom, got our instructions. Our left string launcher. So this is the Beyblade X String Launcher L in a beautiful pearly white, or pearly blue and white color scheme. I actually needed a new one of this because my old one is now out of commission. So this is one of the only ways to get a left spin string launcher. And again, easy to get. So it's got a nice smoothest to it, and I'm a string launcher guy myself, even for X, believe it or not, so I'm definitely going to be using this. And it's overall just a solid launcher. Now, we're going to remove this Beyblade. Again, I can't be the only one that likes the display window. I just hate breaking apart the boxes like this. But let's get the parts out. All right, so we have Cobalt Dragoon 260C. Now we'll start with the bit, which is C or Cyclone. If any OG fans remember, this bit is not new to us. In fact, this is based off of Spiral from the Burst era or Left Flat from the Metal Fight era. So they finally incorporated it into X, which is a nice kind of homage or callback to those eras. So is it good? I'm not entirely sure, but it does make a lot of noise when it's spinning, which I think is pretty awesome. Next, we have the 260 Ratchet. I've heard a lot of mixed feelings about this. It is a cool looking ratchet for sure. It's got a unique two-sided design, which I would argue is going to be useful for any kind of blade that has two sides on it. And it's a nice blue and red color scheme. And then we have the Dragoon blade. Now this thing is gorgeous. You can definitely see some inspiration from past generations, definitely the Dragoons, given that it's a Dragoon itself. And if you haven't noticed, there's actually a Bakuten or Plastic Gen Shoot logo in the motif, which again is a callback to that era. So I really like how X incorporates elements from the past generations. It might be one of the only gens to do that, given that there's so many other gens now before it. There's the QR code. And again, this is a really solid blade, given that it's one of the only left spin blades as of right now. So this thing can definitely pack a punch. And what I always think is so cool is that it spins the other way around on the accelerator rail, again, because it's left spin. So when it comes to left spin bays, you do have to assemble it slightly differently. You do it backwards, so you turn it to the right as far as the ratchet. Then boom goes the bit, and you're all set. Overall, you're getting a good bang for your buck. You're getting both a string launcher and a whole Beyblade. So definitely look out for that release. And then now, if I can fit this in the shot, we have the Clash and Carry Stadium. Now, my setup isn't made for anything big, but we're gonna make it work because this is pretty neat. So we'll crack this open. And I'm doing this off camera because there's some tape that I need to get rid of. Boom. Actually, before we even crack it open, check that out. It has a red accelerator rail. That is nice. That's almost accurate to the anime that has a red rail. Now check that out. It's so compact. I have to, I'm really impressed that they made it this compact because my camera's not doing it justice, but this thing is tiny. It's about the size of a shoebox. So let's see if I can take this apart somehow. Oh my goodness. Okay. This is so neat, y'all. This literally is, it reminds me of like a transformer because it legit just kind of pops open and it just snaps into place. I want to say I got most of it assembled. Again, it's kind of hard to make out, but it's a whole freaking stadium. But check it out. It is portable. It like folds into itself and becomes the size of a shoebox. But you're getting a whole inner ridge here as well as the accelerator rail. So again, I might use this for future videos. It is fully enclosed, so you shouldn't have to worry about any kind of crazy knockouts. Granted, it's X, so they can get crazy. But let me do a quick test battle and launch demo. So let's start with the this Beyblade here that I have. Wand Wizard. Boom. So look, you even get a whole dash right there. So you can definitely play with people on the stadium, on the go. Now, with all X stadiums, they do tend to be a little loud. But again, this is the size of Wand Wizard, and there's still plenty of room all around. So again, pretty ingenious design from from Hasbro and Takara. And now let's do a quick little demo battle. I'm a little scared because my camera is really close to the stadium, but here we go. Oh, wow. Okay, so Wand Wizard took that dub, but check that out. That is neat, y'all. That is the conclusion of this video. Again, shout out to Hasbro for providing me these products for free. They were very kind to do that. And of all places, on 321, aka Beyblade Day. I think this is a fitting occasion. I am making a return to YouTube, so I'm looking forward to coming back. I have plans now that X is in full force. I am hoping to make a full comeback because I do miss making videos. But again, this is a good selection of products. You're gonna have your Wand Wizard that has a good selection of parts. You've got a crazy looking Buster Dran. You've got your Cobalt Dragoon, and you also have Hammer Incendio. Now there are other releases in this lineup, so definitely go check out your stores. You should be seeing them very soon. All right, that is it for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, guys, peace.